Good day, DIYers. I'm currently here inside the engine bay of the car. What we're going to do now is to replace the rear transmission mount, which is this one, and also I'm going to replace the hoses that goes here to the heater core, because it's really hard to get to these guys right here once the engine is already in. I'm also going to replace the fuel filter. This is the part number. The rear transmission mount is held by three 17mm. Top is a 14mm. And that's your rear transmission mount. The two longer bolts goes to the very back, and the shorter bolt goes to the front. Okay, so this is the heater hose that I have. I have a new one, but I'm not using the new one yet because the previous owner replaced this one before. The heater hose is still good, so what I did is I just cut the one that has a small damage on the end, and then I used a angle connector like this. This is the one that I used. We're going to use the OEM style clamps. These are budget-friendly heater core hose. The one on top goes straight to the water neck of the engine. So this one, I will put this one later. And then after replacing this heater hose or this heater core hose, we're now putting our rear transmission mount, and we are reusing the 3 bolts. The shortest one goes on the front, and 2 of the longer one goes at the back. After the rear transmission mount, we're now going to replace the fuel filter. This is the best time to replace it now because it's really hard to get this fuel filter when the engine is in. The banjo bolt here on top, this one is a 17mm, and then the one at the bottom, 14mm. This one is a 17mm, and the bracket is a 10mm. So the bottom is already fully disconnected. And then the top is a 17mm, and then remove this banjo bolt here too. And once you disconnect the fuel line here at the top and the fuel line here at the bottom, now you want to remove this 10mm. And now this is our fuel filter. And this is the new fuel filter that we have. Make sure that you remove these rubber plugs here on top, and then here in the bottom side. And then now, since you have this flared line here, you want the bottom on this one to ride on that one first. When you tighten up this 14mm flange bolt, you want to make sure to have a 19mm to stop it here. Yep, so you want to put a 19mm here so it prevents it from spinning. Once everything is back, now you want to tighten up a 10mm bolt on the side. And then now we have our new fuel filter, heater core hose put back, and our new rear transmission mount. now I just put in the rear transmission mount bolt. Just hand tight for now. And then the next thing that I'm gonna put is the upper transmission mount on this side. And now we're putting our new side transmission mount. This is held by 3 17mm bolts and one long one that goes in the middle. And this is the bracket. It's held by 3 17mm nuts. Okay, after the transmission mount, now we're gonna put the front mount. Now we are installing the front bracket. Front mount bracket. It's held by 3 14mm bolts. The shortest one goes close to the transmission, and then the other one goes towards the engine, and then the longest one goes at the bottom. Gonna be installing the front engine mount. It's held by 3 17mm and a big bolt that connects it to the bracket. This one also is a 17mm. Okay, now that we already have the front mount, the transmission mount, and the rear mount installed, we can now remove our engine hoist. All right, so this is our progress so far. Front engine mount and side engine mount, including the bracket and side bracket too, and the rear engine mount already installed. Our engine is already sitting pretty much in our engine bay. The only thing that I haven't put yet is driver side mount, because I will finish putting the belts and all of that here. Alright, for more updates with this Honda Prelude, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.